What's up, YouTube? Tim Movies here. Now, since this week I've been doing my reviews for Jim Carrey movies because of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, here's my review for the last film I'm doing a review for from him, and I decided to save the best for last, and that is obviously his best work he's ever done, and that is pretty much The Mask. Come on, this is this is no doubt his best film he's ever put out. I mean, of course he's done some other great stuff like Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, The Grinch, Bruce Almighty, and all. But if I have to say his best work, it'll always be The Mask. I mean, this was of course based on a comic book, which I always keep forgetting it's based on a comic book. I don't know why. And of course you got Cameron Diaz in this, and let's be for real, this was actually Cameron Diaz's acting debut, and let's be for real, probably the most gorgeous one of the most gorgeous characters ever put on film. All right. And she's pretty much like the Jessica Rabbit type character here, with of course Jim Carrey being like the wolf from those cartoons and all. But anyway, now if you guys don't know much about the story here, you got Jim Carrey who plays this bank clerk named Stanley Ipkiss. I always mispronounce his last name. Who discovers this magical mask containing the spirit of the Norse god Loki. That's right, that not the Tom Hiddleston Loki, but the actual god of Loki. So they're actually able to. The movie's not from Disney, but obviously they're able to interpret Loki in it because, well, Loki is IP. So yeah, and of course his entire life ends up changing. He ends up putting on the mask and becomes like this cartoon mask character, who ends up pretty much robbing this crime lord named Doran Tyrell, played wonderfully by Peter Green, who is so good as a villain here. Like, Peter Green does not get enough credit of playing the bad guy here. He is so great as his character. And of course, he ends up catching the eye on the local club dancer played by Cameron Diaz, who is so good in this. I mean, this is of course Cameron Diaz's first ever feature, and she crushed it. Of course, she will later go on to do other stuff like Charlie's Angels, Shrek, etc. She ended up retiring. Her last movie was 2014's Annie. She ended up retiring, which is a little disappointing. I love to see Cameron Diaz back on screen, but hey, she's living her best life, and looks like she's not the only mass star she might retire, because Jim Carrey, of course, sort of announced that he's retiring, which I still don't see, but we'll see there. But anyway, The Mask is arguably not only Jim Carrey's best work, but one of the best comedies of the 90s. It is so fun, entertaining. I mean, of course, lots of fun stuff. The dog Milo steals so many scenes here. Maybe one of the smartest dogs to ever be put on film. All right. Maybe the smartest dog to ever be put on film. Maybe since Toto in The Wizard of Oz. You know. But and it's just such a fun one. Jim Carrey just does his persona perfectly here. And he crushed out of the park. I mean, this has so many fun moments. My favorite scenes is obviously the Cuban Pete's scene when he's dancing with the folks in the park in Central Park and stuff, which I thought was really fun. The ending scene is cool. I mean, there's so much fun stuff to love about this film. It's obviously one of the best movies he's ever put out. It made some really good dough too. It made about, when it got released, it box office total was about 119.9 mil. So it was a massive hit when it got released. 10 years after, they decided to go ahead and give us a sequel, and we saw how that one turned out. Yeah, for some reason they decided to do a sequel of The Mask, of course, Son of the Mask, and instead of getting Jim Carrey back, they get Randy from Scream back in the sequel. So only person they were able to actually get in the sequel to return in the sequel was Ben Stein, which it's always a given to get Ben Stein in anything. Let's refer up. But that aside, The Mask is just a given. And if for some reason you guys never seen it, go watch it. I mean, it was also cool seeing The Mask pretty much pop up in Space Jam: New Legacy. That was cool to watch too. But man, if you guys never really, for some reason, never seen The Mask, do yourself a favor, go watch it. Obviously, Carrey's best work he's ever put out. Anyway, Let me lead you guys. Have you ever seen The Mask? If so, what's your story? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Zion.